Now let's take a look at the repository. When you go into a project, you'll land into the repository, which is basically the main area where all the suites and test cases are going to be found. If you want to overview the entire hierarchy and structure of your repository, you can open up the suite tree and scroll through all the different suites you have. However, as your library grows larger, it might be hard scrolling through this list, so you can switch to an alternative suite tree where only the test suite with the test cases in focus currently is going to be shown in the center of the screen. If we go back to the repository view and choose a test case, then on the right, a sidebar will open up that will show you all the details of that particular test case in question. From the sidebar, you have a few available options. So you can go to edit this test case, you can create a copy of it, or you can delete it, as well as hitting that hyperlink above the title of the case will take you to the preview of the test case in question, where you can check all the information about it, like test run results, the change log for it, the defects filed from this test case, and the comments that other people in the team have left for it. Now let's go back to the repository and take a look at what else is there. There are a few more options for you to manage the library. So if you have an existing set of test cases you want to import, you can choose one of the formats that we support, upload your file, and import it into your library so that you don't have to redo all the work writing those test cases. In a similar manner, if you want to export the test cases from case elsewhere, you can hit the export button, choose the format in which you want the export to be generated, and you can also specify which suite you want to export, and you will get that file generated for you. There is also a trash bin where all the deleted test cases go, but if you have deleted a test case accidentally, you can go back to the trash bin and restore it to its original location. Apart from creating a new suite and a new case, about which I'm going to talk later, there are a couple more controls for you, such as a search box for looking up test cases by their titles or descriptions. And in addition, you can apply the filters to look up the cases by some of their properties, for example, priority. And of course, you can stack those filters on top of one another so that you have a more narrow scope of the test cases you're looking at. In addition to all that, there are mass actions available to perform with those test cases. So let's imagine if you want to edit the parameters of several test cases at once, you can just choose them by checking the checkbox next to the title of the test case, and then hitting the edit button where all of those properties are going to be available, and you can update them all at once. In a similar manner, you can delete multiple test cases in one go. However, for that, you will need to confirm the deletion by typing in confirm in capital letters. This splash screen is shown so that you ensure it's not an accidental deletion, but in case if you don't want that splash screen to be shown if it bothers you, you can switch it off by going to the settings of the project, settings tab, and the topmost option, confirmation for deletion, just switch it off, scroll to the very bottom of the screen, update the settings, and then that confirmation screen is not going to be shown anymore. And the final option, speaking of mass actions with test cases, is run. So from the test cases you selected here, you can set up a quick run, an express run, what we call it, and those test cases you have selected will be included in it. You can basically start on that run right away. And that pretty much is it about the repository. Now let's move on to the next video and take a closer look at the suites.